Hello everyone, my name is Jay Morris. Welcome back to another video. This one's going to be a very simple, straight to the point video. If you've read the title, you can see that this is going to be a video about how to grow your guild on World of Warcraft. Now, I have owned a guild that has been functional since August the 1st, 2014. And on my home server, that's quite a while because there's just not that many guilds that are still around that I could say were around in 2014 on my server at least. Most have gone inactive. Now, I'll be honest, mine personally has gone a little bit inactive at the end of each expansion, and I've noticed that that's how every guild goes because people just get a lot of apathy and lose their interest in the game, so they take a break. But I have a couple tips that I can give you that I personally used to grow my guild back in a time when it was actually even harder because there were more guilds. There were so many guilds that were high level, and that's one thing is levels were huge because they gave the guild perks. They weren't just a mandatory thing that every guild had, but it was harder to do it because not only were there the level features, but there were a lot of big guilds that had a lot of recognition behind their back, and it made people want to join those guilds because they knew that they'd be more around more people, they'd have more chance to do activities such as PvE or PvP or just casual stuff. It was more difficult. So the first tip that I can give, and this is the one that's going to off-put the most, and it's probably going to surprise some of you, don't use add-ons. Don't do it. Well, I should say, don't use the guild recruitment add-ons. Those do not work. I have never used them. I never used them once, and my guild has almost 700 members in it. We did have over 700, but I haven't tried to recruit much recently. Don't use guild recruitment add-ons. Let me tell you the flaws with that. For one, you're rolling the dice every time you send those messages out because you may get some young person that's new to the game, some some bad apple that ends up flaming everyone, a racist person, someone that nonstop just curses and puts down other people. There are so many different types of people in this game, and while you don't necessarily have to go with a demographic, you need to put your boundaries to where you can say, this is where I want my guild to stay. I want it to stay in this box. I don't want it to go out of that. Because believe me when I say, I've had bad experiences in guilds, and personally, I've had bad experiences in my guild with where one bad apple can ruin a whole patch of oranges. And it's kind of like I had these three really racist bad people in my guild early on in its development, and it almost broke my guild because they were making so many people left until I didn't kick them. I just kind of coaxed them into leaving because at the time I probably should have just kicked them, but I was new to it and I didn't really know the full gist of it. But we survived after that. We have went through so many expansions now and we're still alive for it. Guild recruitment add-ons don't work because two, you're never going to get consistent members. You're going to get people that are on alts that end up going inactive because you got to understand the guild recruitment add-ons target people who aren't in guilds, and most of the people that aren't going to be in guilds are low levels, and a lot of times people are fickle and don't level those alts ever again, so you're going to end up getting a bunch of inactive alts that don't play. So try to get alts from people in your guild that actually play. They don't necessarily have to play the alt that much. It's just if you know the person themselves is active, then you can go ahead and invite their alt. There's nothing wrong with that. Guild recruitment add-ons, they don't work for a number of reasons, and I have never used one because also it makes people annoyed. People don't like to get spammed, so much so that that's why a lot of people turn off their accepting guild invites. But yeah, that's number one. So number two is, as an alternative, use add-on. I mean, wow, I messed that up. As an alternative, use macros or try to socialize with people that aren't in guilds. Alright, so we're going to go over to my macros real quick. I have a macro that says in brackets, no blind invites. Hi, Epic Balanced and Deadly is a 700 plus member, laid back, casual guild hoping to recruit new members to join in on our friendly, non pressured environment. Play the way you want, when and how you want. Please send tell for more info or an invite. And you would be so surprised. Like I have no footage to show to prove this, but so many people always say, thank you so much for not just blasting me with an invite. And I actually make it a point to mention that in the back row, because it really does mean a lot. Don't think it doesn't. It really means a lot to the people that you send it to. And with the whole socialization part, if you see someone that's not in a guild, just, you don't have to immediately out of the gate say, hey, are you in a guild? Just talk to them. Just say hi. Or do you want to, maybe, I'm doing a dungeon, would you like to run? I saw you were a DPS, I can queue as a tank, or something like that. Just whatever fits that. Don't make it awkward, just whatever fits it in that specific scenario. Number 3, know what your guild is. If you are doing a PvE guild, don't set up random calendar events for PvP, or vice versa. I don't know if I said that wrong, but you got to know. You got to know like the demographic and what type of genre, I guess you could say, your guild is, because if you're trying to be all across the board, you're going to get just a plethora of people that have nothing in common. Personally, my guild is a PvE, I mean, not a PvE. Well, we are a light PvE guild and a casual guild. Let me go look at this. We've done the dungeon achievements for different expansions, and we have some PvP achievements and I mean, we've been around a while, so. But know your guild. Honestly, that's where I'm going to end it, because those are the 3 big tips that, if I went any further, get really minute. But honestly, if I could do a 4th one, be perseverant. Don't be determined. Don't just quit. You're not going to get this in a week. You're not going to get it in a month. I can guarantee you that probably if you set some outrageous goal for getting 500 members, you're probably not going to get it by the end of the year. And yes, unless you do the guild add-on recruitment, and even that's not going to be proper. So thank you guys for watching this. If you need any more advice, please let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys on the next episode. But until then, farewell.